Well guys, after a very long day of playing the brand new Cayo Perico Heist in GTA 5 Online, I have some news for you. If it's worth it to do, how much you could steal solo or as a group, and is it actually worth doing compared to, let's say, the casino heist? We're going to go over all of the information today. I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get into it. I know you guys enjoy playing video games, but it can be very hard to grind on every single game, especially if you don't have a lot of extra time. If you need some help on any of the games that you play, check out Digazani in the description, and they will supply you with everything you need in any of those games and get 10% off by using code Frolickz at checkout. First off, before we actually get into how you can make a ton of money from this and how much money you can actually make, a lot of people don't even know how to start this heist and what you need. All you need is the submarine that you could purchase on Warstock Cash and Carry. Some people can't purchase it. The reason why is because you have to visit the music locker and talk to Miguel Madrazo on the main floor, go through a cutscene, then you can purchase it. No, you do not need to upgrade it whatsoever. You can buy it base for $2.2 million and be able to start and launch the heist by yourself or with up to 4 members. Now that you guys know how to do that, let's talk about the money. Once I completed the heist, it showed the potential take. The maximum amount of money you can make from this heist is $5.1 million, the most you can make from any heist in GTA 5 Online by a lot, which is a pretty great thing. $5.1 million is a lot of money, but obviously you wouldn't get all of that money to yourself. You would have to split it with your other crew members. Now, is it possible to steal that amount of money without 4 people? Maybe with 3 people, 2 people, or even by yourself? Well, let's get into the details. There is one main thing that you need to steal, and that is going to be the Madrazo files worth $1.1 million. So the minimum amount you can make is $1.1 million. Like I said, the max is about $5.1 million. You subtract the Madrazo files from that, leaves you with about $4 million. That means each player can steal individually $1 million in their loot bag as long as you guys find out where all of the loot is. If you don't, then it's going to be a little bit more challenging for you and you won't be able to find it, meaning you won't be able to walk away with that full $5.1 million in your bank account, or should I say in your bank accounts, because obviously you guys would have to split it. So speaking of splitting it, if you guys were to divide that equally 4 ways, then the total amount each player would walk away with, if you guys were to steal the max amount and not get shot at all, take every single penny, would be about $1.275 million. So don't do it with 4 players, because when you think about it, if you guys were to do the heist solo, you get $1.1 million flat for the Madrazo files. That is almost as much as you would make doing it with 4 players, stealing the $5.1 million. Then of course you could steal an additional $1 million in your loot bag. Now, the chances of you actually walking away with the $1 million in your loot bag as well is very, very slim. I did the math and I still can't figure out how it actually works, because I calculated exactly how much space each item takes up that you're able to steal and exactly how much money you get from each stack of those items, which we will go over in just a moment. So according to these calculations in-game, if each player is able to steal $1 million of extra loot and the Madrazo files solo, you should be able to make $2.1 million in your bank account by doing it just by yourself. Now, of course, that is very hard to do. There will be a lot of enemies shooting at you, so it would be pretty much you doing it the silent and sneaky approach, not guns blazing, because you're probably not going to be able to pass it. Anyways, let's get into the finer details here, because something just does not make sense. Maybe I got the calculations wrong, but let's talk about it. So my friend and I actually had to do the heist 2 different times. The first time was kind of like a test run to see what it was like, and we messed up really, really badly. And the second time, we actually ended up passing it, which was pretty decent. Now, we were able to steal every single item at least 1 time, so I know exactly how much space each item takes up and exactly how much each stack of those items is worth. For instance, cash, 1 stack is worth about $90,000. And then gold is worth about $297,000. Coke is worth about $220,000. Weed is worth about $150,000. And art is worth about $192,000 per stack. Now, I'm not 100% sure about this exactly. If you were to do it solo, does each of those stacks actually go down in value compared to you doing it with 4 people? Then maybe gold would be worth $350,000 for a full stack, and if you do it solo, maybe it's worth $250,000, meaning you would get a little bit more money, about $25,000 more for each stack of gold for each player you have added into the heist. Now, that could make sense. That could end up being how you can make that 5.1 million if you have all the players, but still, in the end, when you think about it, even if you do that and you steal the max amount of money, you're only going to walk away with at most $1.2 million if your heist leader actually gives you 25% of the cut. Because most of the time, if you're the heist leader, you bought the submarine and everything, you would end up taking at least 30%, 35% of the full cut, and then giving your crew members a lot less. So in that case, then you might end up only walking away with like $1 million, which really isn't worth it. So if we look at the game file math, like I said, $5.1 million is the max take. $1.1 million is for the Madrazo files, which means $1 million in each and every loot bag. Now let's calculate how much you would actually make doing it with 1 person, 2 people, 3 people, and 4 people, just so then you guys know exactly which one you should do to maximize the amount of money you'll make in the end game. So according to the stats, if you do it solo, like I said, you get about $2.1 million. With 2 people, you get about $1.5 million each, 3 people, $1.3 million each, and 4 people, $1.2 million each. So it's obviously pretty clear. You want to do it with less people, which means more money for you. Now, I think I just figured everything out. So, like I said earlier, each stack could go up in value or down in value in terms of how many people you have in the actual heist. And I think this makes sense. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, we made $300,000 from stealing 1 stack of gold, okay? Just remember that, and I was doing it with 1 other person. So if you do it solo, you'd make $200,000 from a stack of gold. 2 people, $300,000 from each stack of gold. 3 people, $400,000 from each stack of gold. 4 people, $500,000 from each stack of gold. Then when you add that up, it makes sense because gold will fill up half of your bag, and then $500,000 plus $500,000 is $1 million, and the max you can hold is $1 million. And if each person were to steal that exact amount plus the Madrazo files, it adds up to 5.1 million. So in that case, let's calculate what you could really make in the end using these statistics. And so it seems when I was live streaming, we were actually correct. So you make the most amount of money doing it solo. Then you make the second most amount of money doing it with 4 people. You make 1.275 million. Solo, you make 1.5 million. With 2 people, you make $1.15 million each. And with 3 people, you would make $1.16 million each. So when looking at these statistics, in the end, you will always make more by doing it solo. No matter what, you will make the most amount of money doing it solo with either my method that I was telling you guys, where each value of the actual stacks of gold go up about $100,000 for every player that is actually doing the heist with you. So if it's actually based off of that, you will make the most amount of money solo. Then you'll make the most amount of money with 4 people, 3 people, then 2 people in last place. So let's talk about which is better, the casino heist or this. So since you can only do the diamond casino heist with a minimum of 2 people, we'll be comparing the stats by doing 2 people in the brand new heist and 2 people in the casino heist. So in the casino heist, the best thing you could steal other than diamonds is gold. Now if you were to steal gold with 2 people, you can get a max of $2.5 million. Now you're also going to have to pay at least like 25% for cuts for this heist, which takes off about $500,000. So then that means you and your friend or whoever you guys are doing this heist with will be splitting $2 million down the middle if you guys split it 50-50, which means $1 million each. Now in the new heist, basing it off of my statistics, which I believe are actually correct, if you guys were to split it 50-50, you would make $1.15 million from doing it with 2 people in the Cayo Perico heist, which means an extra $150,000 for you. Now, if you were to do this heist solo, which you really can, you'd make $1.5 million, which is a lot more than you'd actually make from the Diamond Casino heist with 2 people, which is obviously the most money you can make And even if you get diamonds and you do it with 2 people, you'd each only get about $1.35 million. So when you look at it in that perspective, if you do this new heist solo, you can actually make more money from doing this heist than what you would get from doing the casino heist, stealing diamonds with 2 people, which previously was the best way to make money in the game. So when you look at it that way, the number one best way to make money in GTA 5 Online now is going to be doing the brand new Cayo Perico Heist completely solo. You'll make a total of $1.5 million according to my statistics, which is still a really good amount of money. So, is it worth it for you guys now to go and get the submarine and start doing this heist? I would definitely say yes. In terms of the time it would actually take for you guys to complete this heist, if you're a skilled player and you know for a fact on your first or second attempt you'd be able to complete the actual finale, then it would maybe only take about 20, maybe 30 minutes to complete the finale in the end, and all of the prep missions, since you know you don't have to repeat the intel gathering at the very beginning, it really won't take that long. So in the end, it might only take you about 2.5 to 3 hours to complete this heist. Same with the casino heist. So now that we have all of the information on the table in front of us, the Cayo Perico heist is actually amazing. It's now the number one best way to make money in GTA 5 Online. You can make up to $1.5 million by doing this heist completely by yourself, and then you guys will just become super rich in about 3 hours. $1.5 million in 3 hours, that's pretty damn good. That's about $500K per hour, which, like I said, is pretty damn good. There's really no other ways you can actually make that much money solo in GTA 5 Online without double money events. The only other way you can make more money than that is by doing vehicle cargo, and you're going to need a squad of 4 people. So when you think of it this way, if you want to make money solo, this new heist is perfect for you. If you want to do it with 4 people, it's still perfect for you. You'll still make about $1.275 million in about 3 hours, which is an amazing amount of money if you guys are able to steal everything. And of course, this is if you are able to steal all the gold and get everything out of there without losing a dime. Obviously, it can vary in the casino heist and in this heist, so it's all up to how you guys actually approach the heist in the end. Anyways, I hope this video did help you guys out so you know if you should actually do this heist or not. I would highly suggest it because you guys can clearly make a ton of money. The most amount of money you can make in the game is going to be from this heist. Let me know what you guys think of the video down below in the comment section. If you have any questions or concerns, be sure to let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.